I have been in the business for 20 years. I am so proud. 20 years has flown by. It feels like yesterday when I announced that I was going to get into the real estate business. I was in the broadcasting business prior to getting into real estate. When I was growing up at the age of, 12, 13 years old, I was on a News 6 broadcast. It was a sixth grader, and I had the opportunity to sit behind a desk and read some news stories about my school, Tiffin St. Joseph in Tiffin, Ohio. And we were broadcasting from WBGU in Bowling Green, Ohio. And from that moment, I knew I was going to be on TV and do news and be a newscaster. And I did that for a number of years before getting into real estate. And to be very honest, I find so many correlations or so many similarities between being in broadcasting and being a real estate agent. When I was a broadcaster and I was in the newsroom, I was a reporter, I was a producer, I was a news director. And during those times, I was always doing research on stories. And there were stories, they were news of the day, that kind of thing. Well, guess what? In real estate, it's just a really defined area of news because I consistently have to stay on top of what's going on in the industry. I have to be able to communicate that information to you on an everyday basis because I will get a phone call every single day by someone in the Cincinnati area or maybe even outside of the Cincinnati area and say, hey, Michelle, we're thinking about moving to Cincinnati. Where should we move to? That is a loaded question. And the other thing about the similarities between broadcasting news and real estate is you're always on. And that is absolutely true. When I got into the real estate industry, or I decided to take all my classes so that I could become a licensed real estate agent, it was very, very interesting in the fact that I'm like, real estate, it's going to be easy. Oh my goodness. It's going to be easy. I can make my own time schedule and I can work whenever I want. And I'm going to make a lot of money. Okay. Well, that was naive, Michelle, 22 years ago, when I decided I was going to get into real estate because there is nothing easy about real estate. For those of you out there, and I know that I have a lot of my friends and real estate agents who listen to this program, and to be able to be in real estate for 20 years, it's not an easy thing. And yes, I'm blessed to have a schedule that is somewhat flexible. I need to be present whenever anyone else wants to see a home. I need to be present on evenings. I need to be present on holidays, weekends. When I was in the news business, I worked every single holiday. Same thing happens today. Now, not to the same effect where I have to be at a certain location for the entire day. But more often than not, I'm taking phone calls or I'm getting phone calls from people saying that they would like to see a property because they're off on Christmas Day. And that's kind of the way I do business, is that I'm always on and I'm always working. I say whenever my phone is on, I'm working. For me to be successful, I need to be available. And so if you're thinking about getting into the real estate industry, you have to understand that. So a lot of people got into the real estate business back in 2020 during the pandemic, and they thought, I can get my license online and it'll be so easy. I'm going to make $1 million. And then they realized it's not the easiest business to be in. Today on the program, we talked about, what has happened over the course of the last year, the changes in real estate and the changes in technology and the changes that we face 2025. So I'm hoping that if you are planning to buy or sell a home in 2025, you will remember my name, Michelle Sloan, at Sloan Sells Homes, or maybe you can remember Remax Time. People wonder how I picked that name. There was a list of probably 60 different names that I could have chosen. And honestly, I did feel like Remax Time. There are other Remax offices, like I said, in the area. Each franchise is independently owned and operated. And that just means that the way we do business may be a little bit different, but we're all very experienced and very serious about real estate. And so if you're planning to buy or sell a home, I hope that you will think about me. You will think about and understand that I do have 20 years of experience and I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. So talk to me. If you don't talk to me, maybe one of the agents in my office. We are licensed in the state of this office. We have three agents that also work in the state of Kentucky, licensed in the state of Kentucky and Ohio, so we can help you across the river and through the woods. To grandmother's house we go. Now I have a great group of real estate agents who are experienced, ethical, open, honest, trustworthy, all of the things that you might want in a real estate agent, you can find at Remax Time.